Hi, this is Chandler Holloway for Casio with part 4 of the Song Mode tutorial series. In these videos, we'll be diving deep into some features that will help you maximize the utility of the 6-track song recorder. Quick side note, the videos in part 4 are going to cover advanced functionality on these models, so the subject matter is going to be a bit more technical and in-depth moving forward. I'm going to assume that you've already got a solid grasp of the basic song mode features, but if that's not the case, I highly recommend watching parts 1, 2, and 3 of this series to get yourself up to speed. Recording along with a rhythm style is a great way to quickly create a solid foundation for your song project. With over 200 onboard rhythms across a wide variety of genres, you're bound to find something that meshes well with your composition, whether it's just the drum beat or the full set of accompaniment voices. Before we get started, keep in mind that you can only record rhythm and accompaniment data on track 1. There are a lot of other features that are also exclusive to track 1, but for this video, we're only going to cover the rhythm functions. One important example is that the time signature of whichever rhythm you choose for track 1 will become the master time signature for all of the other tracks. By default, it will always be 4/4 time, even if you're not recording along with a rhythm. That being the case, when I start off my recording with just the metronome, you'll notice that the beat display cycles through 4 pulses in each measure, and accordingly, the measure counter increases after every 4th pulse. When you record along with a 4/4 rhythm, it will exhibit the same behavior. However, when I switch to a 6/8 rhythm, the beat display now cycles through 6 pulses before the measure counter goes up. This may seem like a minor detail, but when the display features are behaving accurately, you'll have a much easier time planning out song structure and handling more complex operations like meter changes throughout your recording. With that in mind, make sure that you're in rhythm mode, pick out the rhythm you'd like to use, dial in the tempo you want to start your recording at, and press the record button to enter record standby. I'm just going to lay down 4 measures of drums for this example, but to add a bit more variety to the percussion parts, I'm going to use the rhythm controller buttons to trigger fills and variation changes throughout my recording. Now, when I play it back, you'll notice that all of those rhythm controller operations were preserved in the finished recording, including the exact moment I triggered each drum fill transition. However, as we know, rhythm styles are much more than just drums and percussion. Pressing the accompaniment toggle button will enable the full set of accompaniment voices, letting you control all of the instruments in the backing track by pressing keys with your left hand. Along with fills and variation changes, the chords you trigger and when you triggered them are also recorded on track 1. This makes it easy to lay down a specific chord progression to act as a solid foundation that you can then solo on top of by recording to a different track later. So for my second example, I will again pick out a rhythm, make sure that accompaniment is enabled this time, and then press record to enter record standby. To guarantee that the rhythm parts come in as soon as I start recording, I'm going to enable Synchro Start by pressing the corresponding button. Now I can easily sync up the start of my recording, the drums, and the other accompaniment voices by simply playing the opening chord with my left hand. Quick note about Synchro Start before we move on. It will always default to triggering the normal pattern of the rhythm, which is why the N icon flashes when you first turn it on. If you want to start with the intro or the variation pattern instead, all you have to do is press the appropriate button after enabling Synchro Start. Recording with full accompaniment helps streamline the process of structuring your song, providing a quick and easy jumping off point that lets you focus on the more prominent melodic aspects of the composition. However, if you want more flexibility and precise control over the backing track, you'd be better off only recording the drums on track 1, and then individually recording the other supporting elements, like the bass line or the harmony voices, on their own separate tracks. Both methods have their own advantages, so it might be tough for you to make this decision for yourself, but in any case, keep in mind that you can always go back and re-record track 1 later if you want to try something different. That wraps up our overview of recording along with a rhythm style, but we'll get into some more advanced rhythm applications in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe to Casio Music Gear for more tutorial content, and as always, feel free to ask any questions you might have in the comments down below. This has been Chandler Holloway for Casio. Thanks for watching.